everyone, this is Maureen and welcome back to My Crochet Story. I bet you're thinking we're going to sit here and talk about puff stitches, don't you? Nope. Whenever I created that title I thought, they're going to think we're talking about puff stitches. But nope, that's not what we're going to be talking about today. But we are going to be talking about a puff. I mean, that's what I call them. You may call them something else, but let me let you sit there and stew on that for just a minute. Let me first say thank you so much for dropping in here for just a few minutes to see what it is that I'm up to and why I love to crochet, why it's my passion. And so today's episode is me creating a puff. Now, let me just show you. This is what I call a puff. It's a bath puff. And I was looking at that the other day when I got through taking my shower, and I thought, you know what? Look at this. This thing is already starting to, pull out, come apart. Folks, I guess I'm just hard on these things. I don't know. But I can get one, and within a month or two, I don't even think this one's a month old. Now, I do like them because they drain and, dry very quickly. They're kind of pretty, don't you think? I mean, I think they are. And two, I like thinking in my head that as I'm scrubbing, I'm kind of exfoliating a little bit at the same time. And even though they don't cost that much, honestly, depending on where you get them, and sometimes you're lucky enough to get maybe 2 or 3 in a pack. Now, this one I bought all by itself, and I did choose this one over a little bit cheaper one because it is a little bigger, and it has the nice little, crocheted rope on it. Some of them don't. But I really got to thinking, I can make one of these. Why in the world am I spending my money on these? And so, as many of you know, I have been crocheting new items for my RV since we will be living in it on the road, so to speak. So I wanted to show you or to remind you that I have at least 4, possibly 5 of these little hand towels to hang. In my bathroom we have 2 sinks. Now, folks, for the camper, it is a nice sized bathroom, don't get me wrong. You can definitely spread out your arms and turn around and not touch the walls. That's a good thing. Many of them you can't do that. But the one thing that has aggravated me is the fact that there are 2 sinks. Now, although this bathroom is larger than most of them, it is definitely not large enough to have 2 people in there at the same time. So I never have been able to figure out why in some floor plans they have 2 sinks in the bathroom, but mine does. So I had to make 2 hand towels to have in there, one for Wayne's sink and one for my sink, which is not a big deal. That's no big deal, really. So I have enough at least to change out 3 times. So that's good. And it takes me about 2 skeins of the cotton, which is what this is. I love this cotton, this particular pattern, because it goes with my shower curtain and my towel color schemes that I chose whenever I bought the shower curtain. So this fell right in line, and if many of you know, this also is my color palette. I love these colors. So anywho, I've been able to make several of these, and I just had it in my hand. Where did it go? And then I had just enough left over, yes, to make these cute little face scrubbies, so that whenever I get ready to either take off makeup or just to clean my face, before going to bed and putting in all that beauty product stuff that we all like to put on. So I was able to make several of these. So there go those little disposable things, because I think I've told y'all before, when you're in a camper, a lot of things that you use in the house that's disposable, like paper towels and napkins and face scrubbies, that takes up space. So you have to be a little creative when you're in an RV, whether you're going out for the weekend or you're going to make it a permanent lifestyle. It doesn't matter. You just have to be conscious of the space that you have, and reusable really is the better way to go. So anyway, I've been able to make up several of these, which took up, the rest of the yarn left from this. So anyway, I had bought some of this brown mainstay cotton because I thought it went pretty good with this color scheme here, and I kind of liked it because I didn't want everything to be out of this. I wanted a little variation, so I was going to make me just some good old bath body rags, washcloths. Not body rags, but washcloths. Oh my word. But then I got to thinking, I can make me some puffs out of this, don't you think? So I've never made one, and by looking at this, I really couldn't, what stitch would I use, and how would I design it? Well, let me tell you what I did. Just like you, I'm sure I went out on YouTube and I Googled crochet shower puffs. Now, YouTube knew what I meant, but they're called shower balls. And so I found several patterns. Now, they're all basically the same. It just depends on, how big you want it to be. I did settle on 2 patterns. Now, I like ideas from one, and I like ideas from another one, but I don't like them on their own. So I'm going to come up with my own little, taking what I like of this one and what I like of that one, and see if I can put them together to come up with a new pattern, basically. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make me at least one and see if I like it. Now, my only concern with making a cotton shower puff is this. And number one, I can take and throw this in the washer and the dryer. This, I'm afraid to throw in the dryer because of the material that it's made out of. And you can rinse this off, clean it up, and let it air dry, and it's good to go. With this being a little more dense, well, not a little more, but a whole lot more dense, it's going to take it longer to dry. So probably, a couple of showers with it, and I'm going to be wanting to put it in the wash machine. Although, it's just going to be, you're just going to be using soap and water to take your shower with and everything. So, basically it's going to be clean when you get through, don't you think? But anyhow, doesn't matter. I can at least throw this in the washer and dryer and reuse it. Whereas, and I know from the way I crochet, it's not going to come apart like this does over time. And like I said, you can see that it's already kind of loosening up and getting, see that piece right there. So anyway, this is my puff idea. So that's what I think I'm going to do. Let me know, have you ever made a shower puff? Did you follow someone's particular pattern? Did you come up with your own? Let me know down in the comments, because like I said, I looked at several, and I was surprised to even see the things out there. But if somebody else has already thought about it, you can find it on YouTube for sure. So I'm glad someone did, and like I said, one of them starts out with like 15 double crochet. Now their puffs, every puff I saw was made with double crochets. One of them started out with a single crochet row and then immediately went into double crochets. Another one started out with double crochet. I said row, I meant a round, because this is made in the round. They just immediately started with the double crochets and built from there. Some of them are not, very big at all. They're just about as big as your hand, and some of them get quite big. I'm pretty sure mine's going to be the much bigger size. But I am going to play around with it, because although I do like the structure and the design of every one that I saw, once you get your basic row of however many you want starting in your first ring, basically after that you're putting 3 double crochets in every stitch all the way around, which starts giving it this nice, ruffly size here. And it starts gathering. The more rows you put, the more dense it becomes, and makes a really, really nice puff. But my only concern with that, again, is being able to dry out, not get mildewy down here in, the center here, which will cause me to want to have to wash it more often. So yeah, but I think that's what I'm going to make to go along with my bathroom set. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, does my husband use these little things? No, he does not. He has his own special little, it's a strap that has like smoothness on one side, and it's a little rough, like a, not loofah, but something, so he can really scratch his back with, and that kind of thing. He loves that, so he's good to go. And quite honestly, his has lasted quite a while. But like I said, I probably have gone through at least 2 or 3 of these since he's just had his one. So like I said, for me, it's more of a not wanting to have to replace this every time I turn around, just about. So that's what I think I'm going to do with this. So what do you think? You think I'm crazy for wanting to switch from this to this?
Yeah.
Give me your opinion. I would really, really like to know. So that's just one more example of why I love to crochet, because we can make things for ourselves. And yes, this is another moment in which I'm being selfish, and who knows, if I like the way it turns out, I might just make up a few for Christmas presents, sticking little stockings here, there, and yonder. We'll just have to wait and see. But be looking for the next time you see me, see how it turned out, with my little experiment here. See what I can come up with. But that's all I have for you for today. I just wanted to come up and share with you another reason why I love crocheting, why it's my passion, because it gives me the opportunity to not only create wonderful things to be used and enjoy, but it also allows me to create my own designs, and I know that you know that too, especially those of you that have ventured out and started altering a pattern, or maybe just starting from scratch and doing your own thing. And if you have, let me know, because I sure would like to see what it is that you are up to. And speaking of that, please don't forget to join My Crochet Stories Facebook page and go over there. Drop me pictures of what it is that you're creating. I would love to see it, and those that are members already over on My Crochet Stories Facebook page would love to see it as well. Let's share, let's celebrate what it is that has our passion for crochet. As always, folks, thank you so much. Be sure to hit that like button. Leave me some comments. I asked you a few questions. Let me know what you think. If this was your first time here, I'm so happy that you stayed to the end. On your way out, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Look for the notification bell that has those cute little hugs on the side, because it'll let you know every time I upload content. Once again, thank you all so much for being here, and remember, be the light out there in the darkness for someone today, because you never know, could be your light they need to see. And I love you guys. See you next time. Bye.